My child, stop whatever you are doing for a moment and listen to me with your whole heart. Do not turn away. Do not shrug this off. This cannot wait another moment. I am not speaking to create fear in you. I am speaking to awaken you, to steady you, to breathe my life into the very place where you have been grinding your teeth against another long day. You are not here by accident. This moment is not random. I place this before you at this exact moment. I place this word in your hands now because your heart has been carrying questions you no longer know how to name, because you have been faithful in rooms where few noticed, and because I am ready to speak into your work and your path. Heaven has leaned low for this conversation. I drew you into this holy interruption, yes, through the ordinary rhythm of your scrolling, through the ordinary weight of another task list, because I, the Lord your God, have set my eye on you. I ordered the seconds of this encounter before you woke this morning. I arranged the timing not because you are failing, but because I refuse to let you keep walking without the rest and direction that only my voice can give. I am near you now, nearer than the glow of your screen, nearer than the memory of yesterday's correction, nearer than the whisper of doubt that circles your name. Hear me. The work no one applauded has not been wasted before me. The quiet reports, the careful edits, the early mornings when you chose what was right over what was easy, the meetings where you swallowed discouragement and still carried excellence like a lantern. I saw it all. Not one hour, not one act of integrity, not one unseen kindness slipped past my notice. I have counted them as seeds, and I have written them in the ledger of your story. And I am speaking now because those seeds are not lost in the ground. They are pregnant with the future I have called you to walk. Open your heart, let your shoulders drop, breathe. I am the one who formed you with purpose, and I am the one who sustains you in purpose. You feel the press of timelines and the ache of delay. I feel the deeper shape of your calling, and I am fitting you to it. I will not let you leave this moment unchanged. I am turning your face toward an opening that bears your name. I am releasing peace to your nervous system, clarity to your thoughts, and a holy courage to your will. I am placing my hand upon the tangled threads of your career, and I am loosening the knots you could not loosen by striving. Listen closely. I have come to announce a shift, to begin a reframing of everything you thought was standing against you. The door that seemed absent, the path that seemed impossible, the silence that seemed like neglect, nothing is as it appeared. I have timed this word so that you would hear it on the threshold of change, with just enough strength to step and just enough faith to see. Stay with me through these words, because within them is the key to the next stretch of your journey. The wisdom to carry the promotion without losing your peace, and the healing to leave behind the labels that have tried to attach themselves to your name. Let agreement rise in you. Say yes to me where you are. If this word touches your workplace battle, press like as your amen of agreement. Share it with a friend who needs hope in their career, and subscribe to walk this journey of work and worship with us. This is not performance. It is alignment. It is a sign that your heart is open and your ears are ready. Now, be still before me. I am here. I have found you in the very place you felt overlooked, and I am speaking life over your desk, your tools, your craft, your relationships, your schedule. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are at a sacred appointment, and I am the one who made it. Hold fast to my voice, for I am about to unfold to you what your diligence has built, and why the waiting has not been a verdict, but a preparation. Keep listening. Beloved child, heaven is moving, and I am leading you forward. My beloved child, look at me and let your chest unclench, because I am about to say aloud what you have carried in silence. I saw the nights you edited resumes and portfolios until your eyes blurred, the interviews that never called back, and the emails that said, "Not this time." I watched you reread those lines as if they were verdicts against your worth, holding your breath as though one more sentence might change, as though one more refresh might rewrite an answer. I was there when you practiced your introduction under your breath on the way to the elevator, when you searched for the right phrasing to present the truth of your skill without sounding like a plea. I saw you, and nothing about those hours was invisible to me. I know the overtime that no one thanked you for, the documents you safeguarded, the numbers you corrected, the last-minute slides you built so someone else could look prepared. I know the meetings where your idea was borrowed without your name, and you swallowed it, choosing peace over pettiness, excellence over retribution, praying that I saw, and I did. I know the shifts you traded to stretch a small paycheck, the calendar you rearranged to cover a bill, the late meals. the quiet sacrifices you didn't broadcast. I know the afternoon you stared at the screen and pretended to take notes while silently calculating what could wait until next payday. My child, I witnessed it all. I heard the prayers you whispered over bills laid out on the table like a battlefield. I heard the exhale that was more confession than speech, the way you said, "Help me make this work," and "Don't let me fall behind," and "Show me what to do next." I heard the fear that throbbed beneath your poise, the fear of being behind, the ache of watching others move ahead while you waited in the hallway of the unseen. I felt the loneliness of the car ride home when you rehearsed the day and second-guessed your tone, your sentence, your timing, your value. I gathered every sigh that never formed into words and carried them as prayer before my throne. I am not indifferent to the closed doors you have faced, layoffs you did not choose, promotions that stalled without explanation, applications that vanished into silence, ghosted inquiries that made you question your voice, contracts that were canceled after you had already rearranged your life to deliver. I stood by you in the hallway outside the conference room where the decision was made and you were not invited to speak for yourself. I stood by you in the quiet of your bedroom when you stared at the ceiling and wondered if you had misheard me about your future. I stood by you when their timelines, their budgets, their politics converged to make you feel small. Hear me, their decision did not edit your destiny. Their no did not outrank my plan. And because I know how your mind holds on to pain, because I love you, I, the Lord your God, have come to close what you left open in your memory. I am closing the tabs of rejection you have kept stacked behind your eyes, the "not this time," the "we went with another candidate," the "your skills are impressive," but the calendar reminders of interviews that became silence, the offer that bent into dust. You have clicked between those tabs, as if they were proof that you are unchosen. I am pressing the holy X upon them now, not to erase your history, but to end the loop where rejection replays as identity. I will not let your soul browse the archives of denial as if they were headlines over your future. Listen closely. I saw you send one more follow-up when your hope was thin. I saw you take the extra certification when no one else was looking. I saw you hold your tongue when anger wanted to strike. I saw you champion a colleague's success even when your own felt delayed. I saw you mentor the new hire in what you never received, and I wrote it down. Every small act of dignity was a stone set into the roadway I am paving for you. Not one seed of diligence, not one cup of integrity poured out in the quiet has been lost or overlooked in the courts of heaven. When you felt invisible in the back row, I was counting your yes. When your hands trembled over the keyboard as you reworked another cover letter, I steadied you. When you lined up your portfolio and questioned if you belonged in the room, I whispered, I made you for rooms doors cannot currently imagine. When you wiped your face before entering a meeting, when you smiled so the weight would not spill onto others, I saw the love in your restraint, and I have accounted for it. Every tear you hid and every effort you made has been collected before my throne. Not one tear fell to the floor without my attention. Not 1 hour of care evaporated into nothing. Do not confuse secrecy with insignificance. The obscurity you endured was not a tomb, it was a womb. Your hidden labor did not disappear into the dark. It gestated strength, skill, and trust. I cupped those hours in my hands like seeds in soil. You have asked me why the soil was so silent. I tell you now, the silence was not abandonment. The earth keeps quiet when it is making roots. You were growing where cameras do not point, and I was proud of you there. You were honest when no one checked, and I anointed you there. You were careful with what was not yours, and I marked you there. I also know the small humiliations you never said aloud, the name misspelled on the agenda, the credit line that erased you, the way someone else was introduced with your talking points while you sat 3 chairs away. The calendar holds these fragments like paper cuts. Your body remembers. I am the healer who tends even paper cuts, because accumulated stings become a story you carry without knowing. Today, I lift them. Today, I put my balm on every micro wound. And I speak to the part of you that learned to brace after every, unfortunately. You do not have to brace in my presence. Unclench. Let me unhook the reflex of expecting to be overlooked. My precious one, I want you to hear this as if I am saying your name out loud. You have not been invisible to me. Your work has not been invisible to me. Your faithfulness has not been a wasted performance. I collected your drafts and your delays. I counted the miles you drove, the commutes you endured, the alarms you set, the children you tucked in before returning to your laptop. I have honored the budgets you built out of almost nothing. I have watched you sow peace where gossip wanted to grow. Heaven has watched with me, and angels have taken notes where men have not. I speak now to release you from the false conclusion that rejection equals identity. The labels that tried to glue themselves to your name, underqualified, late, overlooked, risky, they are not me, and they are not yours. I peel them back from your spirit, one line at a time, one report at a time, one unread message at a time. I am washing your inner eyes so they no longer scan for proof of your unworthiness. I am quieting the echo that interprets every silence as another failure. My child, silence is not always a no. Sometimes it is the sound of me rearranging a better yes. Rest in this. I have been present in every unseen hour, and I am the faithful witness who turns witness into reward. Keep your heart soft. Keep your gaze on me. What felt like a trail of denials has not led you to a dead end. It has led you to me, and I am the one who writes the next line. Hold my words close. Nothing you have poured into your work has been invisible to me. I have seen, I have kept, and I am moving. My child, hear me with the same breath that is finally reaching the bottom of your lungs. Every delay in your life has been a deliberate act of love, not neglect. I did not hold you back to punish you. I held you steady to prepare you. I did not let time stretch to mock you. I let time stretch to make you ready. What felt like standing still was me teaching your feet how to hold ground. What felt like silence was me strengthening the sinews of your spirit so that when sound comes, you will not tremble and spill the blessing. I am not cruel. I am careful. The care you prayed for looked like delay because preparation is quieter than promotion, and roots make no applause while they grow. Your waiting has not been rejection. I was aligning the time, the team, and the table I set for you. Do you hear me? The time because a blessing given too early becomes a burden, and I will not let favor crush the very heart I love. The team because the right companions shape the landscape of your future, and I refuse to seat you beside those who would siphon your peace, dilute your voice, or weaponize your gift. The table because not every open seat is your seat. Not every opportunity is your assignment, and not every stage can hold the weight of what I put in you. While you waited, I was measuring the room you will enter, adjusting the legs so it would not wobble under your calling, pairing your chair with the ones whose iron sharpens your iron. I trained your hands in the place no one applauded, the edits that taught you precision, the setbacks that taught you patience, the pivot that taught you to listen to me more than metrics. All of it was my syllabus for the season ahead. I let you carry small projects with full integrity so that, when larger ones arrive, integrity will remain your default and not your performance. I let you manage almost so you would learn to steward abundance with gratitude rather than grasping. I let you feel the ache of not yet so that when I say now, you will recognize the holy weight of timing and move without fear. I am a father who prepares, not a taskmaster who tests for sport. Even my tests are training, and even my training is love. Not punishment, but rescue. Not abandonment, but alignment. Not withholding, but weaving. Not indifference, but intimacy. I set you apart when you felt set aside, not to shame you, but to save you from lesser narratives that would have hired your gift but fired your soul. There were offers that glittered because urgency held a flashlight under them, but the wiring behind those walls would have fried your peace. There were rooms that noticed you, but only as a tool, and you are, my child, not a tool. So I closed a door that looked good on paper because I read the footnotes written in pressure and compromise. I let their email get buried so your purpose would not be. I let meetings shift dates so the future would shift in your favor. Protection often wears the uniform of delay, and I have protected you fiercely. Listen to the rescue that looked like waiting. I slowed you when a shortcut beckoned, because shortcuts steal skill. I quieted you when a rebuttal burned on your tongue, because restraint is a language of wisdom you will need when your words carry more weight. I allowed you to serve under leaders who did not see you fully, so that you would learn to lead without making others pay for what you endured. I led you through seasons where you had to budget both money and energy, because influence without stewardship rots quickly. You thought you were simply surviving. I was shaping you into someone who can breathe under pressure and choose what is right when no one is clapping. Beloved, the hallway where you paced and prayed was heaven's classroom. I stood at the whiteboard of your days, not writing equations you could not solve, but revealing principles that would outlast any single job title. I taught you that peace is a better compass than panic, that character is a stronger currency than visibility, that excellence is devotion, not performance. I taught you to hear my whisper above the volume of timelines, to discern the difference between urgency and importance, to practice rest as warfare against the lies that say your worth equals your output. When you could not see curriculum, I was shaping capacity. When you could not feel advancement, I was installing endurance. You asked me, why does it take so long? And I answered in the hidden language of formation, because quick elevation without deep foundations becomes a fall. Because some partnerships had to end in another person's life before they would have space to walk with you well. Because the colleague who will advocate for you was still learning courage, and I love them too much to force their growth by your timetable. Because the city that will welcome your skill was mid-turn. Because the culture of the team I have chosen for you needed one more round of refinement so it would not damage the tenderness I cherish in you. I am not just arranging a position, I am arranging an ecosystem where your purpose can breathe. Waiting has not been rejection. Your name has not sat in a pile of indifference. I have held it in my hands. I have spoken it in rooms you do not know, in hearts you have not met, in prayers you did not hear. While you thought nothing was moving, I was moving everything that matters, but rarely makes noise: hearts, motives, sequences, seasons. I stack the dominoes of destiny with care, because I am not building a moment, I am building a story. And I will turn the page at the exact line where it will do you the most good and me the most glory. Not a moment before that, and not a moment after. Do not despise the stretch that taught you to reach without tearing. Do not resent the quiet that taught you to recognize my voice. Do not regret the hidden years that trained your hands for real responsibility. You are not fragile, you are formed. The room you are about to enter requires the breath control you learned in tight spaces, the discernment you learned in crowded calendars, the humility you learned when applause found someone else first. You will find yourself carrying in days what used to take you weeks, making decisions in minutes that once took you months, not because you leapt, but because you learned, and I taught you. Lift your face. Let hope stand up inside your rib cage. I am not late, I am loving. I have been faithful to the process because I am faithful to you. Keep your heart in alignment with me and your hands open for real responsibility, because what I entrust to you next is not a shiny distraction. It is an answer to prayer, a chapter you were built to carry, a door designed for the healed you to walk through with confidence. Trust my timing, trust my training, trust the table I have set, the team I have prepared, the hour I am unveiling, not a moment before that and not a moment after. My child, listen closely, and let these words settle like rain into the soil of your heart. I have kept a ledger of your seeds. I, the Lord your God, have recorded what you sowed when no one was watching: excellence in the small tasks that others cut corners on, honesty under the heat of pressure when a lie would have been simpler, faithfulness in the mundane places where applause never visits. I wrote down the time you chose to fix what you did not break, the call you returned when embarrassment told you to hide, the report you corrected when you could have looked away, the customer you treated with dignity when your day was already heavy. I saw the shift you covered, the spreadsheet you checked again so others would not carry the cost of your fatigue, the coffee you brought to a coworker whose name you were just learning, the way you chose truth, even when truth did not benefit your metrics. Heaven has not lost one entry. I have written it all. Hear me, the ledger I keep is not built on applause but on choices. I counted the moments you refused to inflate, the times you refused to gossip, the seconds you gave to listen when you were tired of words. I saw you pick up the stray piece of trash in a hallway no one will remember, sign your name only to what you actually did, credit the source when you could have worn the idea like a borrowed crown. I saw the carefulness you carried into rooms that never asked for it because you were serving me more than you were serving a brand. The world tallies outcomes. I tally obedience. The world rewards visibility. I reward integrity. And I tell you now, every seed you planted in obscurity has weight before my throne. Do not call your seeds buried, as if buried means gone. Call them planted. The earth has been pressing those seeds with holy pressure, dark, quiet, steady, rooting them below before they break above. What seemed buried will break through. What looked like nothing was happening was me building strength underground so that when the green shoots appear, they will not be shallow, they will not wither under the first strong wind of visibility. You will look back at the hours that felt like waste and realize they were germination, the mathematics of harvest hidden from impatient eyes. You have sown quietly, you will reap openly, not because you demanded it, but because seed time and harvest answer to my command. And I want you to understand what your harvest stands on. It does not stand on the shaky planks of convenience or charm. It stands on the beams you have been laying: diligence, integrity, and quiet faith. Diligence that shows up on time with a settled spirit. Integrity that tells the truth when the room prefers fiction. Quiet faith that keeps its eyes on me when circumstances argue otherwise. These are not small things. They are structural. Promotion can sit for a moment on personality, but it only lives long on character. I am not placing you on a platform made of thin boards. I am setting you on a foundation that can carry the future I have for you. So, shift your posture even now. Treat the assignment in front of you, not the one you dream about, the one you are holding as sacred training ground, not as a detour. Answer the email with peace instead of rushing. Close the loop you have been avoiding. Finish the draft with care. Label the file clearly for the person who will inherit it. Make the phone call you keep delaying. Reconcile the account down to the last cent. Straighten the corner of your desk as a quiet declaration that order is an offering. This is not busy work. This is formation. This is how your inner world agrees with what I am opening before you. When you carry reverence into ordinary work, you invite me into the details, and where I am welcomed, excellence follows without anxiety, and pace follows without panic. Do not despise the current task, because it looks small under your future. The way you hold it is shaping the hands that will hold more. When you undergird small tasks with my presence, they become altars, and altars transform ordinary ground into holy ground. You ask for a new door. I tell you to treat the hallway like a sanctuary. You want a title that fits your gift. I want a heart that treats name tags like temporary tape. You long for a room with your name on it. I long to see you steward the room you are in, as if I am the audience, and I am. This is not punishment, it is permission. It is how you step in rhythm with the opening I am arranging. Let me also break the lie that says, none of this counts until the door swings wide. It has been counting all along. The ledger of seeds has interest on it, compounding favor, compounding trust, compounding testimony. People you do not know have already begun to feel the ripple of your quiet faithfulness. A supervisor remembering that you never overpromise and underdeliver, a client recalling your steady tone in a storm, a colleague speaking your name because you spoke life into them when you had no audience. You did not sow for leverage, you sowed for love, and that is why the harvest will not corrupt you when it arrives. Love is the currency of my kingdom. You have been transacting in it all along. My beloved child, I am proud of you. Let that not be a soft sentence you brush away, but a frame you work inside of. Keep your heart soft, keep your hands clean, keep your eyes lifted. The platform now exists, built not in an instant, but board by faithful board. The opening I am unveiling will rest upon it. You are not unprepared, you are established. And as you steward today like a sanctuary, you will feel it, the ground beneath you firm, the path before you brightening, the door ahead answering your steps with a holy ease. Your hidden diligence has built the platform for what is about to open. Walk it out with the same quiet courage that built it, and watch what you planted rise to meet you. My child, do not look away. Now lift your eyes and listen with your whole heart. You have arrived at a sacred crossing point. Something is shifting right now. Heaven has leaned low, and I, the Lord your God, am unfolding before you what your maps could not draw and your strategies could not secure. This is not a rumor of change. It is the turning of the key I set aside for this hour. You have walked faithfully to the edge of what you could manage, and where your footprints pause against an impossible barrier, my pathway begins. See it with the eyes of your spirit, the sea that has stood before you, bureaucracies, algorithms, gatekeepers, economies. The throb of not this time is parting at my word. I am breathing upon what has looked like a wall of water, and it is heaping up on either side as a corridor of dry ground made just for you. Not a puddle of compromise, not a slippery shortcut that soils your integrity, but a straight path only I could carve. a ground you can run upon without mud clinging to your ankles. The wind that parts, it is not your networking, not your hustle. It is my breath in response to your obedience and your trust. Jericho stands in front of others like an unyielding ring of stone, but hear me, those walls do not respond to human strength. They answer to timing and to my voice. Your laps around delay have not been circles of futility. They have been the cadence of faith, and you have reached the appointed round. I have counted each quiet circuit, each day you showed up when outcomes mocked you, and I have declared the trumpet. The stone is listening, the mortar is loosening. The reputation that fenced you out will begin to crack in the very places you once pressed your forehead and wept. And when it falls, it will not fall to bury you. It will fall outward, creating a ramp into what I promised. There is an opening before you hear me say this plainly, a door that I have unlocked. It is not the side door of compromise that invites you to bend your values to gain entry. It is the true entrance, the one that bears the weight of your calling and the peace of my presence. You do not need to crawl through a window with your head down. You will walk through with your head lifted, because this door carries your name, sealed from the beginning when I wrote your days. No competitor's elbow can nudge it shut. No oversight can misplace the key. I turn the tumblers, and when I open, no one can close. Set your expectation now. You will witness movements you could not engineer if given a decade. A phone call will come that you did not chase. An email will be answered that had grown cold. A supervisor will remember you at the precise moment a need rises that fits your precise design. A client you once served without fanfare will speak your name in a room you have never entered. An idea will arrive like a bird through an open window, simple, elegant, undeniably timely, and what felt like a maze will reveal itself as a hallway. The algorithms that once buried you will surface your work as if it has been glowing all along. The offer that went silent will reappear with new terms and clean motives. Do not strain to manufacture what I am orchestrating. Lift your face and say, I am ready, and let me turn the gears. Heaven is moving. Angels are mobilized on your behalf. I have assigned messengers to nudge memory, to align calendars, to soften policies that seemed welded shut. I have sent them to stand at intersections you do not know exist, so that delays become divine pacing and not derailment. They will open windows of time no one thought were available. They will guard your peace in conversations that once rattled you. They will stand by your side in rooms you will soon enter, whispering wisdom into your attention, reminding you where your help comes from when applause tempts your heart to drift. You are not stepping into this alone. You are escorted by favor that does not flatter and by help that does not fail. I will thread you through narrow places with a grace that makes it look easy, not because it is easy, but because I am shouldering what would crush you. Positions that did not exist will be created because the problem you are designed to solve is cresting now. A frozen budget will thaw for a line item with your gift written on it. A restructuring that might have swept you aside in a previous season will now sweep you forward into a fuller expression of who you are. Watch for the words, exception approved, we reconsidered, your name came up, and this is unusual, but these are the linguistic footprints of my passage. I know what rises in you at the edge of water and wall, but God, I don't see stairs, I don't see a bridge, and I answer you as I answered before time. Put your eyes on me, not on the waves. The path will appear as you move. When the soles of your feet touch what looked like refusal, you will find purchase where others slipped, because your trust is not in luck, but in my instruction. Your resume is not the rod that parts seas. My word in your mouth is. Your history is not the trumpet that shakes stone. Your obedience at my timing is. I did not bring you here to tease your hope. I brought you here to walk you through. Mark this moment. Breathe and say yes inside your chest. I am not handing you a labyrinth. I am giving you a lane. You will know it is mine by the peace that rests upon it, by the integrity it preserves in you, by the way it asks you to be fully yourself rather than a contortion of someone else's expectation. The pressure will not vanish, but it will purify rather than distort. The responsibilities will increase, but so will the grace to carry them. What was impossible yesterday is unfolding beneath your feet today, and the ground will be as dry as trust, as solid as promise, and as direct as love. Hold your posture of reverence, keep your hands clean, and do not argue with the ease I am sending just because you are used to strain. Receive what I am unfolding. Walk where I am making way. The door is open, the sea is parting, the walls are listening, the angels are moving, and your name is on this path. Not a moment before this, and not a moment after, but now step into the way I have made where there was no way. My child, do not let this moment float past you as inspiration that fades. Let it become instruction that moves you. Hear me clearly. Step 1 is simple, and it is specific. Put your foot where I tell you. I am not asking you to sprint into a blur of unplanned activity. I am directing you to one obedient movement. I will whisper something small and plain, make the call, send the revised application, revisit the place that dismissed you to sow honor and clarity, or pivot to the lane I have been highlighting in your spirit again and again. Do not wait for a choir of confirmations before you do the very thing I have already been stirring beneath your ribs. One step, not 10. One door, not a hallway of distractions. Put your foot where I tell you. Begin with stillness, because stillness tunes your ear, and then pair it with action, because action turns the handle. Sit with me for a few breaths. Let the noise drain, let your shoulders settle. Ask me with sincerity, what is the one clear step today? And do not rush to fill the silence with your own ideas. I will answer you with a nudge that is simple enough to do and holy enough to cost you a measure of courage. Then rise and do it today, not after you reorganize your entire life, not after you have researched every outcome, not after fear reclaims the ground we just won today. Obedience is worship in motion, and I tell you now, obedience is the key that fits the lock I have already opened. You think momentum appears when all factors align, but in my kingdom, momentum ignites when a willing heart takes a faithful step. Place the call that humility has been drafting inside you. Send the revised application with the correction you know is right. Reopen the email thread you filed under closed, and respond with honor and clarity rather than resentment. Walk back into the office or inbox that told you no, and, without pleading, leave a final word of gratitude and a clear note of availability. You are not begging, you are sowing order and composure into the soil that once held your disappointment. Or pivot, as I have been showing you. Change the headline that misrepresents your gift. Move the top project in your portfolio to the first position because it is the truest expression of your design. Shift your calendar to reclaim the 2 hours where your best work breathes. I am in the practicality. Do not make spiritual an excuse to avoid specifics. Do not mistake rumination for discernment. I am not asking you for perfect foresight. I am asking you for present obedience. Stop negotiating with delay as if it were wisdom. Stop decorating hesitation with more questions I have already answered in your spirit. I will meet you in motion. As your hand dials, I will steady your voice. As you hit send, I will go before your message. As you revisit the gate that once turned you away, I will walk at your right hand and at your left. As you pivot into the lane I have highlighted, you will feel the drag of old fear, but you will also feel the lift of grace, and the lift will win. You ask me, how will I know it is you? The instruction I give will align with integrity, not require you to bend your character to gain an outcome. It will carry peace, not the absence of butterflies, but the settled knowing beneath them. It will be specific enough to do within a day, not vague enough to justify indefinite waiting. It will honor the people in your path, even those who hurt you, because I will not authorize revenge projects dressed as strategy. It will invite courage, not compromise. If the step before you fits these marks, and my whisper has been circling it in your thoughts, then take it, and let the results be mine. Make room for me to guide your timing. Clear a small block on your calendar right now, and label it with the step you are about to take. Write the name you must call at the top of a page, so your courage has a target. Draft the message in a clean, honest tone. Remove the flattery. Remove the apology that masks fear, and let your words be true and concise. Print the resume without the old label that felt safe but shrank you. Bring your portfolio into alignment with your present purpose, not your past pain. If I nudge you to ask for a meeting, ask for it this week. Be direct, be kind, and be brief. If I prompt you to withdraw from an opportunity that does not fit your design, do so with blessing, and watch how quickly the right fit rounds the corner. Prayer is the breath. Obedience is the step. Do not let prayer become a shelter where you hide from the courageous act I am asking of you. Let prayer be the wind in your back as you move. 15 minutes of focused obedience will reap more in this hour than 15 hours of anxious research. I am not measuring your eloquence. I am blessing your alignment. If your hand trembles, I am not offended by the tremor. I am honored by the trust. If your voice shakes, let it shake and speak anyway. I am the one who steadies truth, not polish. Hear me again. Obedience is the key that fits the lock I have already opened. I have turned the tumblers from my side. The mechanism is ready. The moment you insert your key, your specific yes in action, you will hear the click. Angels are already positioned to open space in calendars, to bring your name to remembrance, to soften a policy just enough for favor to flow without violating integrity. But keys do not turn themselves. Put yours in the lock. The lane will not reveal its full length until you take the first stride. The sea does not heap until souls touch water. The walls do not fall until the trumpet sounds. At my timing. Sound your yes. Now, be still for a breath and ask me for the one clear step. I am speaking it to you even now. Receive it. Write it. Do it today. When you do, you will feel something holy. Engage a quiet click inside the story of your life, and you will know that the path is no longer theory but road. Move with me, my beloved. Immediate, specific obedience ignites momentum on the open path, and I delight to multiply your small act into waves of provision and purpose. My child, now that your foot is moving, I must lift a weight off your shoulders that you have carried so long you thought it was part of you, because there is a door opening, and there is favor at the threshold, and there is provision assigned to your obedience, but you will not drag old labels across my clean doorway. You will not enter your next season introducing yourself with wounds. You will not negotiate your worth in rooms I have already prepared for you. Listen to me with your whole heart. I am removing labels that have been weighing down your resume, your voice, your posture, your expectations, and even the way you pray. I, the Lord your God, send my scissors into the seams of every false sentence stitched into your soul, every phrase that was sown into you by rejection, by delay, by comparison, by someone's careless words, by your own exhausted conclusions. I cut behind. I cut too late. I cut not enough. I cut always overlooked. I cut hard to choose. I cut second option. I cut I missed my window. I cut I'm starting over. My child, those are not prophecies. They are punctures. They are not your identity. They are injuries that tried to become introductions. And I am not healing you so you can carry the bandages into the interview and call it humility. I am healing you so you can stand upright and tell the truth about who you are in me. Some of you have been walking around with a hidden headline over your life, and every application, every pitch, every conversation has been filtered through it. I hope they don't find out I'm not as strong as I look. I hope I'm not too old. I hope I'm not too inexperienced. I hope I'm not too broken. And you have dressed that fear in professionalism, but I see it. I see the way you over-explain because you are afraid your simple yes is not enough. I see the way you apologize before you even speak because a past room punished your confidence. I see the way you minimize your accomplishments, so rejection will hurt less if it comes again. My beloved, that is not wisdom. That is self-protection, formed in pain. And I tell you now, with tenderness and authority, protection is my job. Identity is my gift. You do not need to shrink to be safe. You need to heal to be ready. Hear me. You are not overlooked. You are chosen. You are not disqualified. You are refined. You are not stuck. You are strategically positioned. The hidden season did not erase you. It established you. The closed doors did not label you. They guarded you. The no that bruised your ego did not define your future. It redirected your steps into alignment. Do not call yourself late when I have been exact. Do not call yourself behind when I have been building depth. Do not call yourself not enough when I have been increasing capacity. You see gaps, I see groundwork. You see delay, I see design. You see years that felt silent. I see roots that will hold you when winds rise and eyes turn. And I must speak to the poison of comparison that has been whispering to you at night, making you scroll and sigh, making you look at their promotions, their announcements, their timelines, and then measure your life like it is failing. Stop measuring your timing by their timeline. I write your calendar. I do not need you to outrun anyone. I need you to stay aligned with me. Their season is not your syllabus. Their pace is not your proof. I have assignments that fit your hands and burdens that match your shoulders, and I will not judge you by a race I did not enroll you in. My child, I have never been late. I have never forgotten where I placed you. I have never lost track of your address. What I am doing in you required time, because it required healing, because it required clean motives, because it required strength that does not depend on applause. And now that you are approaching the threshold, I am not allowing comparison to steal your courage at the last step. So let me replace the labels with truth, truth that you will carry like a seal. You are prepared. You are teachable. You are trustworthy. You are steady. You are favored. You are not an accident. You are an answer. You are not a risk to be managed. You are a gift to be stewarded. You are not too much when your heart is pure. You are carrying capacity. You are not too quiet when you listen with wisdom. You are discerning. You are not too different when you refuse to blend into compromise. You are set apart, and you are not behind. You are on time for the door I ordained, and you are arriving with character intact, which is wealth that cannot be faked. Now, I want you to activate this, not as a moment of emotion, but as a daily practice of agreement. Before interviews, before work days, before presentations, before you open your laptop, before you step into that building, I want you to declare your true name and assignment in my presence. Speak it even if your voice is low. Speak it even if your hands tremble. Say, I am chosen by God. I am prepared for what is prepared for me. I carry excellence without anxiety. I speak with clarity and courage. I am favored with integrity. I am led by wisdom. I do not audition for love. I serve from love. I do not beg for a seat. I steward the seat I am given. I will not carry old labels into new doors. Let your mouth come into alignment with what I have written over you, because when your words agree with my words, your posture changes, your eyes lift, your shoulders settle, your decisions sharpen, and fear loses its microphone. And when the old label tries to return, when you walk into a room and you feel that familiar tightening, when you see someone who looks like your competition, when you remember the email that rejected you, when your mind flashes with, they won't choose me, do not wrestle it like it is equal to you. Bring it to me and let me cut it again. Say, that is not my name. Say, that is not my story. Say, that was a season, not an identity. My child, you are not your worst day. You are not your last disappointment. You are not the version of you that survived by hiding. You are the one I have been healing, shaping, strengthening, and now sending. Because the door I am opening is not just for a paycheck, it is for purpose. And you cannot carry purpose while dragging shame. You cannot steward increase while believing you are unworthy. You cannot lead with wisdom while secretly calling yourself a fraud. So I am doing this now right here, before the next handshake, before the next email, before the next yes, so that when the door swings, you will walk through as the healed version of you, not the haunted version. Lift your chin, my beloved. Let me finish this cut. Let the false sentences fall to the floor. You will not carry old labels into new doors. You will carry my name, my peace, and the quiet confidence of one who knows. My Father sent me here, and he does not waste what he prepares. My beloved child, now that you are standing straighter and breathing freer, I need you to understand something that will calm the frantic part of you that keeps scanning the horizon for only one answer. Do not limit me to one channel. Do not box my provision into a single paycheck, a single company, a single title, a single person's approval. I am the Lord your provider, and I do not run out of routes. I do not depend on their budget meeting, their mood, their timeline, their algorithm, their gatekeeping. I can feed you in a wilderness, and I can prosper you in a city, and I can sustain you in a hallway between doors. Hear me, I am not speaking to create fear in you. I am speaking to awaken you to how I provide. You have been watching one stream so intensely that you have missed the river I have been redirecting behind you. You have been staring at one closed faucet, and you have not noticed that I have been turning other handles. There is provision that will come through unexpected clients, people who saw your work quietly, who remembered your excellence when you thought you were forgotten, who will reach out not because you performed for them, but because integrity speaks even when you are not in the room. There is provision that will come through back pay, through delayed compensation, through refunds, through reconciliation of numbers that were miscounted or withheld. There is provision that will come through scholarships, through grants, through training, paid for by a hand you did not anticipate. Because I am not only giving you money, I am giving you access, skill, and acceleration. There is provision that will come through contract renewals you assumed were finished and extension. We want to keep you. Can you stay on a little longer? Can you consult? Can you cover this season? And what you thought was temporary will become a bridge. And yes, my child, there will even be people who once said no, who will say, we reconsidered, not because you begged, but because I am rearranging perspective and timing. I am giving you a multi-stream vision because your future cannot be fragile. You have learned what it feels like when one source dries up, and I have not wasted that lesson. Some of you will step into a bridge role, something that is not the final destination, but it pays. It stabilizes. It builds credibility. It keeps your mind clear, and it puts you in proximity to the very door you are about to walk through. Do not despise the bridge, because it is not the palace. Bridges are mercy. Bridges are strategy. Bridges are how I keep you moving while I finish what you cannot see. And some of you, yes, will see a side skill awaken something you have done for years without calling it valuable, something you have helped friends with, something you taught yourself in the quiet, something you thought was just a hobby, and I will breathe upon it and make it income with peace on it. Watch how I do this. A mentor introduction at the right moment, a name spoken in the right room, a you need to meet them, a send me your portfolio, a can you hop on a call, a we've been looking for someone like you. I can turn a casual conversation into a corridor of provision. I can use the friend you almost didn't text, the former colleague you assumed moved on, the client you served and never saw again. I can cause an old connection to resurface like a buoy in the water. And for some of you, I will even use a boomerang employer, an old workplace, a former manager, a company you once left, or a team that once overlooked you, calling you back, not to repeat your pain, but to recognize your growth, to offer you a new arrangement, better boundaries, clearer respect, and a seat that fits who you have become. Do not call it regression when I call it redemption. Do not call it going backwards when I am using familiarity to accelerate you forward with wisdom you did not have before. But listen closely, because I am teaching you a posture, not just promising you a check. When unexpected provision arrives, your first response must be gratitude, not panic. Your first response must be reverence, not rushing. Do not grab at it like a starving soul afraid it will vanish. Receive it like a child who knows their father is faithful, and then be ready to steward it. Because surprise opportunities are invitations, and invitations require readiness, clean hands, a clear schedule, an updated resume, an invoice sent on time, a follow-up email written with honor, a contract read with wisdom, a budget that can hold the blessing without leaking it through fear. Some of you will be tempted to ignore small streams because you are insulted by their size. But I tell you, little streams become rivers when I keep breathing. A one-time project can become recurring. A short contract can become a retainer. A consultation can become a partnership. A class can become a credential that changes your salary range. A refund can be a week of peace that gives you room to think. And when you honor what I send, when you say, thank you, and you do what is right with it, you position yourself for more, because stewardship is a language I respond to. Do not treat provision like luck. Do not treat it like a fluke. Treat it like my care made visible, and let that care teach you to be steady. And I must address this fear hiding in your chest. What if it doesn't come? What if I miss it? My child, I am not dangling your livelihood over your head to torment you. I am awakening you so you stop staring at one locked door and start walking through the hallway I have already opened. I can bring provision through what you did not consider because I am not confined by your predictions. I can send it through a phone call you did not schedule, through a message that arrives while you are washing dishes, through an offer that shows up after you finally let go of forcing what was not for you. Keep your eyes open, not anxious. Stay ready, not frantic. I will not require you to compromise to be cared for. The streams I send will not demand that you abandon your values to drink from them. So I am asking you now, loosen your grip on the one way you demanded it must happen. Release the obsession with a single outcome. Stay diligent, yes. Keep applying, keep showing up, keep building, keep improving. But expand your expectation. Say, Father, I receive provision from unlikely streams. Say, I will not despise the bridge. Say, I will honor small beginnings. Say, I will steward what arrives with wisdom and gratitude. Because I am about to surprise you with timing that feels sudden only because you could not see the days I was stacking behind the scenes. Watch for the unusual. Watch for the email that begins with, "This is last minute, but..." Watch for, "Are you available?" Watch for, "Someone gave me your name." Watch for, "We found your profile again." Watch for, "We have funding." Watch for, "We approved an exception." Watch for, "Can we renew?" These are not random phrases, my beloved. They are the sound of streams breaking through ground you thought was dry. Receive them with a humble heart. Respond with excellence. And as you do, you will see what I have promised. Provision will arrive by unlikely streams, and it will carry you steady, supplied, and commissioned into the door I have opened. My beloved, do not think that the only thing moving in your career is what your hands can touch. Do not believe the lie that everything depends on your hustle, your perfect timing, your flawless wording, your ability to be noticed in a sea of names. I am the Lord your God, and I am not only giving you opportunities, I am arranging thresholds. I am not only providing streams, I am assigning passage. And I am speaking to you now because there are gates in front of you that you have stared at for too long, thinking, if they don't see me, nothing changes. Hear me, I can make you seen without you striving to be consumed by the need to be seen. I can place your name where your effort could not reach. There are gatekeepers in the natural hiring managers, HR, directors, committees, clients, procurement, approvals, budgets, signatures, inboxes, algorithms, schedules, and policies. And there are gatekeepers in the unseen angels I have mobilized, messengers assigned to movement, to remembrance, to alignment, to timing. My child, I am not telling you this to make you mystical and passive. I am telling you this so you stop feeling helpless when you cannot control the room. You have done what you can do. You have shown up. You have improved. You have applied. You have tried again after rejection. Now I tell you, I am working where you cannot stand. I am moving where you cannot enter. I am speaking where your voice cannot be present. Angels are positioned at the gates of hiring, at the gates of contracts, at the gates of approvals, at the gates of calendar openings and budget releases. I can cause your resume to rise from the bottom of a stack without manipulation. I can cause the right person to pause on your name without you begging for attention. I can cause a decision maker to remember the conversation you thought was small. I can cause a policy to bend in your favor without breaking integrity, because I know how to open what man calls fixed. Do not measure your future by the walls you have met. There are hands beyond your hands. There is favor beyond your favor. There is a king beyond their system, and I am not intimidated by paperwork. And yes, my beloved, even what you call an algorithm is not beyond my reach. You think your profile is buried. You think your application vanished. You think your email went unseen. But I can breathe on digital dust. I can surface what was hidden. I can bring your name back into search results. I can cause a recruiter to type the exact keyword that matches your gift. I can cause an old thread to be reopened, not because you refreshed it 100 times, but because I appointed a moment when your readiness and their need would meet. I can turn, "We already filled it," into, "We created another role." I can turn, "We're not hiring," into, "Can you freelance until we get approval?" I can turn, "We'll keep you on file," into, "Are you still available?" This is not fantasy, my child. This is what happens when I decide a gate will open. I am also moving hearts, and you must not underestimate this. I can soften HR where it was cold. I can quiet bias without you having to fight for your dignity. I can give you favor with a manager who once overlooked you. I can cause a leader to advocate for you in a room you never entered. I can make an interview feel like home, not because you rehearsed perfectly, but because peace sits with you and wisdom rests on your tongue. I can cause the right people to recognize you, not merely tolerate you. I can cause your tone to land with clarity. I can cause your story to sound like alignment instead of explanation. I can make them say, "There's something about them," and they will not even have language for the grace that is on you. Do you remember how many times you walked away thinking, "If only I could speak to the right person"? My child, I am bringing the right person to you. Do you remember how often you thought, "If only they would give me a chance"? I am shifting the atmosphere so the chance feels obvious. Do you remember the weariness of trying to prove you belong? I am not taking you into a room to perform for acceptance. I am taking you into a room prepared for you, where your gift will make sense, where your integrity will be honored, where your boundaries will be respected, where you will not have to shrink to survive. I am not only opening a door, I am arranging the welcome on the other side. Now listen closely, because favor at thresholds does not remove your participation, it purifies it. You will still show up with excellence. You will still be prepared. You will still speak with clarity. But you will stop carrying the orphan weight of thinking everything depends on you. And here is the instruction I am giving you. Pray specifically over the gatekeepers and the thresholds. Not vague prayers that float above your life, targeted prayers that touch the hinges. Pray over the inbox that must be opened. Pray over the name of the person who must notice. Pray over the meeting where your work will be discussed. Pray over the committee that must agree. Pray over the budget conversation that decides your salary. Pray over the contract that needs approval. Pray over the interview room. Pray over the phone call that must be returned. Pray over the calendar that needs space. And do not pray with bitterness toward them, as if they are your enemy. Pray with authority and with peace. Say, Father, bless them with wisdom. Remove confusion. Remove delay. Align their decisions with what is right. Let integrity be honored. Let my name be remembered at the right moment. Let the door open without striving. Let what is mine recognize me. And as you pray, keep your heart clean. Do not curse the very people I am able to use. Do not rehearse resentment and then ask me for favor. Release them into my hands. Bless them. Forgive them. That does not mean you trust what is untrustworthy. It means you refuse to poison your own future with yesterday's anger. You are approaching gates that require a steady spirit. You are approaching thresholds that respond to humility and courage, so walk lightly. Speak honestly. Follow up with honor. Be prompt. Be clear. Be excellent. And then, let me do what only I can do, move the unseen parts. I am setting your name before decision makers. I am arranging the order of conversations. I am placing you on the mind of someone who has authority to say yes. I am going ahead of you like fire by night and cloud by day. And I am not letting you wander into dead ends. When you cannot get past the receptionist, I can reach the director. When you cannot reach the manager, I can move the manager's heart. When you cannot change the policy, I can change the timing. When you cannot force a reply, I can create urgency that brings response. Heaven is arranging favor where your effort could not reach. So breathe, my beloved. Stay ready, not frantic. Stay diligent, not desperate. And begin tonight before you sleep, before you scroll, before you let anxiety narrate tomorrow. Lift the thresholds to me by name. Lay the gates before me, and I will answer you with movement you can see, and with movement you cannot explain, until the door that looked impossible begins to swing, and you step through not as someone lucky, but as someone loved, led, and carried by the hand of your Father. My beloved, listen to me closely, because I am not only opening gates, I am keeping you. Favor can bring you into rooms you did not have access to, but character keeps you where favor takes you. And I am speaking this now because you are about to walk through a divinely arranged door, and I will not have you arrive and then bleed out your peace through careless habits, loose speech, delayed discipline, or hidden compromise. You have prayed for the opportunity. Now you must live like you are entrusted with it. Carry yourself as one already holding the answer to prayer, not arrogant, not anxious. Steady, clean, ready. Honor time, my child. Do not treat minutes like they are disposable when you ask me to redeem your season. Be on time, and when you can. Be early, not to impress, but to prepare. Let your yes mean yes, and let your follow-through be quiet worship. When I give you an assignment, do not rush it with panic. Do it with depth. Prepare deeply. Read the brief twice. Check the details. Ask the thoughtful question. Anticipate the next step. Because what I am bringing you into will require more than talent. It will require trustworthiness. And trust is built in the small, unseen moments. The calendar you keep, the promises you honor, the way you respond when no one is watching, the way you handle what is beneath you without complaining. If you cannot steward the small task with excellence, you will resent the large task when it comes with weight. And steward your communication. because your mouth is a gate. Some of you have been so bruised by past workplaces that you learned to speak defensively, to over-explain, to pre-apologize, to protect yourself with too many words. But I am healing that in you. In the place I am taking you, I need clarity and grace. Be prompt when you can. Be clear. Be honest. Do not hide behind vagueness. Do not send messages with sharp edges and then call it just being direct. Let your tone carry my peace. Let your emails, your meetings, your handoffs, your updates be clean. No manipulation, no panic, no passive aggression. Wisdom is not loud. Excellence does not need to bite. You can be firm without being cruel. You can be confident without being swollen. You can correct without humiliating. I will put authority in your voice, but it will be authority anchored in humility. Refuse gossip, my beloved. I am not telling you this to make you religious. I am telling you this because gossip is a thief. It steals trust. It poisons atmospheres. It entangles you in drama you did not assign yourself to carry. And you are entering a season where your name will be mentioned in rooms you are not in. So, do not train people to mention you as someone unsafe. Do not bond with co-workers over someone else's weakness. Do not build belonging through complaint. If you must speak, speak to build, speak to solve, speak to bless, speak to tell the truth with clean motives. I am raising you to be a refuge, not a rumor. There will be moments when they try to pull you into side conversations, into little alliances, into bitterness dressed as team culture. And you will feel the temptation because you want to belong, because you don't want to seem naive, because you don't want to be the odd one out. But hear me, you are not desperate for belonging. You are called to alignment. Let your silence be strength. Let your integrity be your language. You do not have to attend every fire to prove you are warm. And now I speak to courage, because quiet courage is part of your calling. There will be doors that open, and inside them there will be offers. Some will be from me, and some will simply be from ambition, fear, or other people's agendas. You must learn to say no to misalignment. Not every promotion is a promise. Not every open seat is yours. Not every urgent request is your assignment. Some things will look like favor but cost you your peace, your family, your health, your values. And I will give you the strength to decline without guilt and without rage. You can say, I can't commit to that, and keep your spirit clean. You can say, that's not the direction I'm going, and still honor the person in front of you. You can set boundaries without burning bridges. My child, you are not an employee of panic. You are not managed by fear. You are led by me. But I must also tell you this. Courage is not only saying no. Courage is saying yes when I stretch you. When I place an assignment in your hands that is bigger than your comfort, do not shrink back and call it humility. Some of you will be invited into projects that make your heart race: presentations, leadership moments, responsibility that carries visibility. And the old version of you will whisper, let someone else do it. You are not ready. You will fail. They will see through you. But I tell you now, you are ready because I am with you. Say yes to the stretching assignments that match your calling. Say yes to learning. Say yes to training. Say yes to the role that develops you. Do not wait until you feel fearless. Obedience often feels like trembling with your hand in mine. And when you step forward, I will meet you with skill you did not know you had, with favor you could not manufacture, with words you did not rehearse, with composure that is not personality. It is my peace settling on you. And let your excellence preach, my beloved. Let it preach louder than defensiveness. You do not need to announce how gifted you are. You do not need to keep score out loud. You do not need to argue for your worth in every meeting. Your work will speak. Your consistency will speak. Your calm under pressure will speak. Your refusal to cut corners will speak. Your willingness to take responsibility, to fix what you can, to own what is yours, to make it right without theatrics that will preach. And when someone misunderstands you, do not panic. When someone tries to test you, do not become harsh. When someone overlooks you, do not become bitter. Stay steady, stay diligent. Keep your hands clean. I am the one who vindicates. I am the one who promotes. I am the one who can cause the right people to see what you are doing without you campaigning for yourself. Carry yourself as one already entrusted with the answer to prayer. Walk into the building, open the laptop, join the call, shake the hand, submit the work, and do it as an act of honor to me. Not to earn my love, you already have that, but to reflect my nature. You asked me for increase, and I am giving it. Now wear it with humility. You asked me for a door, and I am opening it. Now walk through it with integrity. You asked me to use you, and I am commissioning you. Now live like you are sent. Excellent without striving, courageous without noise, clear without cruelty, faithful without needing applause. And as you do, you will find this is true. Character will keep you where favor takes you, and the peace in your spirit will become the proof that I am the one who brought you here. My beloved child, now let me speak to what has been tightening your chest. When the room gets quiet, when the screen goes dark, when you are alone with the numbers and the calendar and the responsibilities that do not wait for your feelings. I know the pressure. I know the math that looks like it does not honor your prayers. I know the moment you open the bank app and your stomach drops, and you try to act normal in front of everyone else. But inside you are doing calculations you are tired of doing, and I am not condemning you for feeling it. I am not shaming you for needing help. I am coming near to you as your father, because I do not only open doors, I teach you how to walk through them with peace intact. Hear me closely. I give you wisdom to number your resources and peace to breathe while you adjust. I am not asking you to pretend the pressure is not real. I am asking you to stop letting panic be your financial advisor. Panic will tell you to hide. Panic will tell you to spend to soothe. Panic will tell you to ignore bills until they become monsters. Panic will tell you to make a frantic leap that costs you more than it saves. But I am the Lord your God, and I can steady your mind so you can see clearly, plan simply, and move faithfully, one obedient step at a time. So bring your finances into the light with me, my child. Do not fear the truth. The truth will not kill you, it will free you. Take account without self-hatred. Look at what is there without rehearsing what is not. And start with essentials, because wisdom begins with clarity. Name what must be covered: shelter, food, transportation, basic utilities, necessary care. Do not make it complicated. Do not punish yourself with perfection. Write it down plainly. Because when the pressure is high, simplicity is mercy, and I am leading you into stable ground, not swirling thoughts. Then, my beloved, create a simple budget that you can keep, one that does not require you to become someone else overnight. I am not asking you for dramatic vows you cannot sustain. I am asking you for small, faithful moves instead of frantic leaps. Decide what comes in. Decide what must go out. Give every dollar an assignment, not because money is your master, but because you are learning to steward what I place in your hands. And when you see the gap, do not collapse into shame. Let the gap become a prayer with a plan. Let it become a place where you say, Father, show me what to prune, show me what to adjust, show me what to renegotiate, show me what to pause. Yes, prune, my child. There are expenses that drain hope, and you have called them small because they do not look dangerous. But they have been leaking your peace, one quiet transaction at a time. Subscriptions you forgot you had, convenience spending that is really exhaustion spending, impulse purchases that are really a cry for comfort, costs that come with a story. I deserve this because life is hard, and life has been hard, I know, but I am teaching you a better comfort than checkout. Prune without punishment. Prune with purpose, not to make you feel deprived, but to make you feel free. Some of what you cut is not a sacrifice, it is deliverance. And let me speak to debt, because some of you have been carrying it like a secret identity, like a sentence over your head, like you will never be clean again. My child, debt is not your name. It is a situation, and situations can change. I will give you a next step, not a crushing demand. Call the number, ask for the hardship plan, request the lower rate, consolidate what is wise, pay the smallest balance if that builds momentum, or pay the highest interest if that saves you time. Do what is orderly, not emotional. Set one date, one amount, one action, and then keep it. A debt plan is not a monument to your past, it is a pathway out. And each payment made in peace is a declaration that you are coming into alignment, that your future is not being eaten alive by yesterday. Now listen, because I am teaching you kingdom posture under pressure. Give, save, and spend with purpose. Do not twist generosity into superstition, and do not twist fear into stinginess. I am not asking you to perform. I am asking you to trust me and to honor me. Give what I instruct you to give. Sometimes it will be money, sometimes it will be a meal shared, sometimes it will be help offered, sometimes it will be a seed of kindness that costs you something. But let it be led, not guilt-driven. Saving is not unbelief, it is wisdom. Put aside what you can, even if it is small, because small stores become breathing room, and breathing room becomes clear decisions. And spend with purpose, my beloved. Ask, does this purchase serve the life I am building with God, or does it feed the anxiety I am trying to escape? I am not calling you into poverty thinking. I am calling you into priestly thinking. Stewardship is worship. Stability grows where wisdom and trust meet. When you budget, you are not just doing math. You are declaring order where chaos once lived. When you cancel what drains you, you are not just cutting costs, you are cutting cords. When you save a little, you are not hoarding, you are preparing. When you give with a clean heart, you are not losing, you are aligning. And when you spend thoughtfully, you are honoring the provision I send, instead of letting it evaporate through fear. And I need you to hear this promise without trying to force the timing. I will multiply peace in your planning and stretch provision in your obedience. Peace will come to you as you do the next right thing. Peace will come as you stop hiding and start stewarding. Peace will come as you choose order over avoidance, faith over frenzy, simplicity over self-punishment. I can make a little go farther than it should. I can teach you how to negotiate, how to wait, how to choose, how to prioritize. I can give you creativity to increase income without compromising your soul. I can open doors, yes, but I can also guard you from the leak of careless living so that when increase arrives, it stays, it settles, it builds, it blesses. So breathe now, my beloved. Put your hand on your chest if you need to, and let your spirit unclench. You are not failing because you feel the weight. You are learning to carry it with me. Ask me for wisdom tonight, and then take one practical step tomorrow. Write the essentials. Make the simple budget. Prune one draining expense. Choose one debt next step. Set one savings target, even if it is small. And as you do, you will feel it. My peace entering your planning. My steadiness entering your decisions. My hand teaching you how to steward what I am about to increase. Because I am not only opening an impossible path in your career, I am building a stable person to walk it, and I will not let pressure steal the purpose I am placing in your hands. Now, my beloved, because I am opening paths and arranging thresholds and teaching you stewardship, I must also give you discernment, because not every open door is your door. Do not hear me say opportunity and become frantic. Do not hear me say increase and assume you must grab the first hand that reaches for you. I am not leading you into desperation. I am leading you into alignment. And the right door will not require you to abandon the person I am healing you into becoming. Listen to me with your whole heart. The door I have appointed will carry a strange, holy combination: stretch and peace. It will stretch your faith, yes, but it will not attack your worth. It will call you higher, but it will not crush your identity. There will be a deep steadiness underneath the nerves, a quiet knowing beneath the questions, a breath in your spirit that says, this fits the design I placed in you. Even if your mind is still learning the shape of it, you will not feel numb. You will not feel dead inside. You will feel awake. You will feel summoned. You will feel the right kind of trembling, the kind that happens when you are stepping into growth, not the kind that happens when you are stepping into danger. And I will give you markers, my child, because you have lived too long interpreting anxiety as guidance. Here is one marker: peace that remains when you pray. Not the peace of avoidance, not the peace of giving up, but the peace of alignment. When you bring the opportunity to me, when you lay it at my feet without rehearsing your fear, the right door will not become more chaotic in your spirit. It may still be serious. It may still be weighty, but it will not become poisoned. It will not become twisted. You will be able to breathe and say, Father, if this is from you, keep me. If it is not, close it, and you will feel me steady you instead of scramble you. Here is another marker: resonance with the gifts I placed in you. The right door will not ask you to cosplay as someone else. It will not demand that you pretend to be what you are not in order to be accepted. It will pull on your real strengths, your skill, your insight, your compassion, your leadership, your creativity, your precision, your ability to solve and build and serve. You will sense, this will mature what is already in me, not, this will erase me so I can survive. Yes, you will learn. Yes, you will be trained, but you will not be reduced. I am not promoting a false version of you. I am advancing the true one. And I will confirm my doors through wise counsel, my beloved, because I do not isolate my children and then call it spirituality. Bring it to the people who love me, and love you those who are not threatened by your growth and not addicted to your dependence. Let them listen with you. Let them pray with you. And when the door is right, you will find a strange unity. Not everyone will have the same personality. Not everyone will use the same words, but the witness will align. They will not merely hype you, they will strengthen you. They will not merely flatter you, they will speak substance. They will say, "This looks like you. This looks like God's hand. This looks like wisdom." And if you cannot find one person who walks with me who can bless it with a clean conscience, pause. Because I am not offended by your patience, I am protecting you from your hunger. And hear me about timing, clarity, because some of you think confusion is a sign you must push harder. No, when I open the right door, light comes with it. You may not know every detail, but you will know the next step. You will not have to manipulate. You will not have to lie. You will not have to rush and hide and scramble to make it work. I can move quickly, yes, but my speed is not the same as panic. My acceleration does not come with compromise. When it is mine, I will give you a clear next instruction, and I will keep giving you clarity as you obey. Now I must warn you, tenderly but urgently, because I love you. Watch for red flags. Watch for urgency that demands compromise. Watch for anyone who says, "Decide right now, but don't pray. Say yes, but don't ask questions. Take it, but don't read the fine print. Accept it, but don't talk to your family. Do this, but hide who you are." My child, I do not bless traps. I do not lead you by coercion. Pressure that requires you to betray your values is not my voice, even if it looks like provision. And flattery without substance is another sign. Big promises with no clarity, admiration with no structure, compliments with no covenant, excitement with no integrity. I am not taking you into fog so you can call it faith. Faith is trusting me, not ignoring wisdom. And hear this one, because it will save you. When you pray and confusion intensifies, when you feel more bound, more agitated, more frantic, more scattered, do not call that spiritual warfare and run forward anyway. Sometimes it is simply misalignment. Sometimes your spirit is reacting because you are standing at a door that does not match you. I am not the author of confusion. I can guide you through complexity, yes, but I will not drive you into torment and call it destiny. If prayer makes the knot tighter, slow down. Ask me again. Give me room to redirect you without shame. So I give you 3 questions, simple and holy, to place on every opportunity that comes to your hands. First, does this honor me? Not, does this impress people? Not, does this pay fast? But, does this keep my conscience clean? Does this align with truth? Does this keep me first? Second, does this mature you? Not, does this make you comfortable? But, will this grow your character, your skill, your discipline, your capacity, your leadership without destroying your health and your home? And third, does this serve people with your true strengths? Not, will this make you look important? But, will this allow the gift I placed in you to bless others in a way that is honest and life-giving? These questions will pull you out of desperation and into discernment. And now, my beloved, anchor a promise over each door you consider. Do not walk into opportunities with only your fear and your logic. Take a word from me and lay it over the decision like a seal. It may be a promise of wisdom, a promise of provision, a promise of guidance, a promise that I order your steps, a promise that I make a way. Speak it, write it, pray it. Say, "Father, I stand on your word, and I will not be moved by pressure." Then watch what happens. The right door will hold steady under the weight of prayer, and the wrong door will begin to crumble under the light. You are not behind, my child, and you do not have to rush to catch up. I am not offering you scraps. I am leading you to a table prepared for you. So choose alignment over desperation. Choose the door that fits your design and your destiny. And if you will stay close to me, if you will pray, listen, seek counsel, and refuse compromise, I will make it plain. I will close what is not yours without you having to fight it. And I will open what is yours in a way that no man can shut, until you step through with peace in your chest, courage in your bones, and the quiet certainty that your Father has gone before you. Now, my beloved, because I have taught you how to discern the door, I will also teach you how to speak at the door. Do not treat your mouth like it is neutral. Your mouth is a gate, and for too long you have stood at interviews, pitches, and reviews with a heart full of prayer but a mouth full of fear, rehearsing loss, anticipating rejection, narrating worst-case outcomes as if humility required you to agree with despair. But I am not raising you to shrink at thresholds. I am raising you to agree with heaven. Your mouth will not only describe what you see, your mouth will declare what I have said. And when your words come into alignment with my word, you will feel it. Your spine will straighten, your mind will clear, and your spirit will remember who is sending you. So listen closely, and speak these declarations aloud before you walk into the room, before you open the laptop, before you click join meeting, before you answer the email, before you sit across from the decision maker. Not as a performance, not as superstition, not as a way to control me, but as agreement, as worship, as alignment. Say, I am seen and sent, because you are not trying to be noticed by man as if you are invisible to me. I have seen you, I have trained you, I have kept you, and I am sending you with purpose, not pushing you out alone. Say, favor surrounds me as a shield, not because you are perfect, but because I am faithful. Favor is not flattery, favor is my hand steadying your steps in places you could not earn access to on your own. Say, my work is worship and excellence is my language. Because you are not begging for approval, you are offering skill with clean motives. You will show up prepared, you will speak with clarity, you will answer with honesty. You will not exaggerate, and you will not apologize for the gift I placed in you. And say, with quiet authority, God opens the door that no one can shut. My child, you are not at the mercy of one person's mood, one recruiter's bias, one manager's misunderstanding, one panel's coldness. If I have appointed it, I will open it, and it will not require you to break yourself to enter. And I want you to use your mouth with wisdom in the moment, not only before it. When the question comes that tries to make you doubt, when they ask you to justify your value, when they press you about gaps, when they test your confidence, do not let panic answer first. Let my peace answer. Breathe, and say within yourself, I am not here by accident. I am prepared. I am carried. I have what is needed for this assignment. When you speak, speak like someone who is already held. Do not rush. Do not ramble. Do not negotiate against yourself. Let your words be clean. Let them be true. Let them be steady. Because I am not only giving you an opportunity, I am giving you composure. And composure is a witness that I am with you. Now, my beloved, I am going to ask you for an act of faith that will put steel in your spirit. Type this declaration where you can see it, where others can agree with you, where your own eyes will read it back to your heart. God is opening my impossible path at work. And then, my child, include your role or your industry, so my people can pray with precision. Say, the job title, the field, the direction you are pursuing. Some of you will write teacher, nurse, engineer, designer, sales, project manager, business owner, student, stay-at-home parent returning to work, truck driver, pastor, creator, analyst, chef, administrator, consultant. Do not hide. Do not minimize. Do not make it vague to protect yourself from disappointment. I am not offended by specificity. Specificity is not pressure, it is faith with a name on it. And if you need prayer, ask clearly, because I am building targeted intercession around your life. Tell me the city you are in. Tell me the deadline date that has been looming over you. Tell me the interview day, the pitch date, the performance review week, the contract renewal month. Some of you have a meeting on Monday. Some of you have a panel on Thursday. Some of you have a review at the end of this month. Some of you have a proposal due before the week ends. Put it into the light. Not because I need the calendar to know, but because you need your faith to stop floating and start standing. When you name it, you stop drowning in someday, and you begin to walk in, this is the step in front of me, and God is with me in it. And as you type, as you speak, as you ask, let your heart stay tender and your words stay bold. Do not curse your own future with careless sentences like, it never works out for me, they never choose me, I always mess it up, I'm not good at interviews, I'm not a strong speaker, I'm just not the type they want. My child, those are old labels trying to survive in your mouth. Do not give them shelter. replace them. Say, I have skill and I am growing. Say, I communicate with clarity. Say, I carry wisdom. Say, I am learning to advocate for myself with humility. Say, what God has for me will not miss me. Because you are not walking into these moments as a beggar. You are walking in as a son, as a daughter clean in conscience, trained in secret, ready to serve, ready to build, ready to bless. So speak, my beloved. Speak before you go. Speak as you prepare. Speak when fear tries to tighten your throat. Speak until your nervous system remembers peace. Your mouth agrees with heaven. Speak the path you are about to walk. And as you do, I will meet you there at the table, in the room, on the call, in the inbox, opening what I have promised, strengthening what I have built, and causing the right words to rise in you at the right time, until your yes is received, your work is recognized, and the impossible path becomes the road beneath your feet. Now, my beloved child, do not rush past this moment. Do not let these words stay only in your mind. I am calling you into agreement, into surrender, into alignment, because you are not meant to carry your work alone, and you are not meant to stand at these thresholds with a divided heart. So, come closer. Breathe. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. And pray with me slowly, honestly, without performing, without trying to sound impressive. I am not measuring your language. I am receiving your heart. Repeat after me, my child, as you are able. Father, I come to you right now. Yes, I bring you my work. I bring you my career. I bring you my responsibilities. I bring you my deadlines. I bring you the doors I can see and the doors I cannot see. And now, my beloved, say it plainly. I surrender my anxiety to you. Not the anxiety you show people, but the anxiety you hide. I surrender the fear of not being chosen. I surrender the fear of failing. I surrender the fear of being seen. I surrender the fear of being misunderstood. I surrender the pressure to prove myself. Yes, give it to me. Let it leave your chest. Let it come out of your clenched hands. Father, I release what I was never meant to carry. And now, my child, because surrender makes room for healing, repeat after me. I receive my identity from you. I am not my past. I am not my rejections. I am not my delay. I am not the label they put on me. I am who you say I am. I am loved. I am chosen. I am being prepared. I am being established. I am not behind. And I want you to say this one until your spirit agrees. I do not have to beg for what you have ordained, because you are not walking as an orphan. You are walking as a son, as a daughter, and I do not send my children into rooms I have not gone before them. Now pray, my beloved. Father, align my desires with your will. Close the doors that would harm me. Redirect me from what looks good but costs my peace. Deliver me from desperation. Deliver me from comparison. Deliver me from striving. Teach me to recognize my door. And now ask me, because I delight to guide you. Speak to me clearly. Order my steps. Give me wisdom for the next email. Give me wisdom for the next call. Give me wisdom for the next meeting. Give me wisdom for the next decision. My child, you do not need to know the whole map to obey the next instruction. I will give you light for your feet, and I will not abandon you in the middle of your becoming. And now, my beloved, I am going to cover the work itself, the tangible things you touch, the things you send, the things you build. Lift them to me in your heart, your resume, your portfolio, your application, your proposal, your pitch deck, your invoice, your website, your business plan, your lesson plans, your code, your designs, your research, your writing, your craft, your care, and pray. Father, breathe on what I have made. Purify my motives, strengthen my skill, sharpen my mind. Steady my emotions. Bless my hands. Bless my voice. Bless my attention. Bless my discipline. Bless my creativity. Bless my memory. Bless my problem solving. Bless my leadership. Bless my humility. Bless my courage. Yes, some of you have been afraid that your best is not enough. Hear me. When you place it in my hands, I can multiply what you cannot. When you submit it, I can refine it. When you offer it, I can anoint it with favor and accuracy. Now, my child, I am also covering the moments that feel like tiny battlegrounds, emails you overthink, messages you rewrite 10 times, follow-ups you delay because you fear silence, interviews that make your heart race, meetings where you feel small, presentations where your throat tightens. Repeat after me. Father, go before me. Prepare the room. Prepare the calendar. Prepare the conversation. Prepare my words. Prepare my timing. Let my yes be received. Let clarity be granted. Let confusion be removed. And now, ask me for favor where your effort cannot reach. Father, give me favor with gatekeepers. Give me favor with recruiters. Give me favor with hiring managers. Give me favor with decision makers. Give me favor with clients. Give me favor with supervisors. Give me favor with partners. Give me favor with the right mentors. Place my name in the right mouths. Bring my work to remembrance. Open the right eyes to see what you placed in me. My child, I can move through systems. I can open schedules. I can reorder priority lists. I can cause one person to advocate for you with a clean heart. I can make room for you without you having to manipulate or diminish yourself. And now listen, because I am commissioning you, not merely comforting you. Put your hand over your heart, or lift your hands if you can, and receive this. I, the Lord your God, bless the work of your hands and establish your steps. I bless the labor you thought was wasted. I bless the diligence you did when no one applauded. I bless the integrity you chose when compromise would have been easier. I bless the ideas I planted in you. I bless the learning, the practicing, the refining, the showing up again. I establish your steps. Steps into conversations, steps into interviews, steps into opportunities, steps into increased responsibility, steps into provision with purpose. You are not wandering. You are being led. You are not drifting. You are being positioned. You are not overlooked. You are being introduced at the right time, in the right way, for the right assignment. And now I seal you with peace, because my peace will keep you steady while I move things you cannot see. Do this breath prayer with me, my child. Inhale gently and whisper, you lead me. Exhale slowly and whisper, I follow. Again, inhale, you lead me. Exhale, I follow. Let your nervous system learn, trust again. Let your mind come out of the future and back into my hands. One more time, inhale, you lead me. Exhale, I follow. Now go with this, my beloved. You are commissioned. Your work is blessed. Your steps are ordered. And as you take the next obedient step, simple, specific, humble, I will meet you there. And the door I have arranged will recognize you. The path I have prepared will hold you. And the provision I have promised will find you, because you are not walking alone. You are walking with me. Now, my beloved child, listen to me closely, because I do not commission you and then leave you to guess in the dark. I am not a father who speaks hope to you and then hides the evidence. And in the days ahead, as you take your next obedient steps, I will begin to let you see the early signs, quiet at first, subtle at first, because I am teaching you how to recognize movement before the door fully swings open. Do not demand thunder when I am giving you a breeze. Do not require fireworks when I am lighting the first candle. The path is unfolding, and I will confirm it in ways that are gentle enough to keep you humble and clear enough to keep you steady. One of the first signs, my child, will be a return of strength in places you thought were permanently tired. You will wake up and notice that the heaviness is not as loud. You will sit down to work and feel a small, clean focus come back. You will have energy to update the resume, to send the email, to make the call, to practice the pitch, to open the portfolio again, without that choking dread that used to sit on your chest. This is not you finally getting it together. This is me lifting what has been pressing you, breathing on your mind, restoring your will, and reminding your body that hope is not dangerous. When you feel that renewed energy, do not dismiss it as random. Honor it, steward it. It is a signal. I am strengthening you for what is next. Another sign will be encouragement that finds you from unexpected mouths, a message you did not ask for, a compliment that is specific, not vague, a person who says, I thought of you, or your name came up, or have you considered this role, or can you send me your work? My beloved, I can cause your name to rise in rooms you have never entered. I can place you on someone's mind like a holy interruption. And when that encouragement comes, do not shrug it off and say, they're just being nice. Do not minimize the kindness I am sending as reinforcement. Receive it with gratitude, because sometimes I confirm you before I promote you. and I heal your identity with timely words so you do not walk into the new door, still begging to be chosen. And yes, my child, I will revive leads you thought were dead. An old application will be pulled back up. A recruiter will circle back after silence. A connection you made months ago will suddenly respond. A project you poured into will resurface with new relevance. You will see what you thought was wasted effort become a seed that breaks the ground at the appointed time. Hear me, I am the God who resurrects. I am the God who brings back what you buried in disappointment. So when an old thread comes alive, when an email subject line looks familiar, when a name you stopped expecting appears, do not let fear interpret it. Let faith interpret it. This is not torment. This is confirmation that I have been working while you were waiting. And I will give you, my child, timely communication emails that arrive at the right moment, calendar openings that appear when you thought the week was closed, a meeting request that comes after you prayed, a piece of information that lands in your hands like a key. Sometimes it will be as simple as the right person replying with, "Yes, let's talk," and you will feel your spirit exhale. Sometimes it will be an unexpected invitation, a referral, a small opportunity that looks too minor to matter. But listen, small hinges swing great doors. Do not despise small beginnings. Do not despise the, "Let's schedule a quick call." Do not despise the, "Send me your resume." Do not despise the, "We're opening a new position soon." Those are hinges. Those are the first clicks of the lock turning. And when you honor the hinge, you position yourself for the door. I will also confirm you through clarity, my beloved clarity that does not come from overthinking, but clarity that arrives like light. You will notice decisions becoming simpler. You will notice your yes becoming cleaner and your no becoming calmer. You will stop spiraling as much. You will stop rehearsing 10 conversations at once. You will sense, this is the next step, without needing to force yourself into frenzy. That clarity is not arrogance. That clarity is alignment. It is the oil of peace on your mind, because I am not leading you by confusion. I am training you to move with wisdom, to recognize your door, and to walk toward it without losing yourself. So here is my instruction, simple and holy. Track my confirmations. Do not let them evaporate. Do not let the enemy steal them through forgetfulness. Get a small journal, or use the notes on your phone, and write the evidence down, date it, name it, keep it plain. Today I had strength to apply. Today someone encouraged me. Today a lead returned. Today I received clarity. Today an email came at the exact moment I needed it. My child, this is not superstition. This is remembrance. This is you building an altar of testimony in real time. So when a quiet day comes, and it will, you do not conclude that I have stopped. You will open your record and say, no, God has been moving. The door is opening. The path is unfolding. And as you write it, thank me quickly and often. Do not wait until the whole breakthrough arrives to worship. Gratitude is not a receipt for perfection. Gratitude is agreement with my goodness while it is still in seed form. Say, thank you for that email. Say, thank you for that peace. Say, thank you for that call. Say, thank you for that renewed focus. My beloved, thanksgiving keeps your heart soft. It keeps you awake to my hand. It keeps you from becoming cynical at the very moment I am changing your story. And when you thank me, you will notice something else. Your faith will stabilize. You will stop living on adrenaline and start living on trust. Now hear me, because I am speaking tenderly but urgently. Do not despise the small signs because you are waiting for the big announcement. Do not trample the beginning because you are hungry for the finale. A door does not always open with a dramatic crash. Sometimes it opens with a quiet sequence. Hinge, click, handle, breath, step. And each small movement is proof that I am doing what I promised. So watch with peace, my child. Pay attention without panic. Expect without striving. Honor the early signs, and you will find yourself standing at the threshold sooner than you think, ready, steady, and unafraid, because you recognized my hand all along the way. Now, my beloved child, because the hinge has clicked and the handle has begun to turn, I must speak to you with a father's tenderness and a commander's urgency. Do not sabotage the new door I am opening for you. Do not beg me for breakthrough and then, when it arrives in seed form, crush it with old patterns. I am not saying this to make you afraid. I am saying this to keep you free, because I have watched you survive seasons where you had to fight for every inch. And survival taught you reflexes, overthinking, over-defending, over-explaining, over-apologizing, that kept you safe then, but will weigh you down now. This new door will not require you to perform pain. It will require you to walk in wisdom. So hear me. When favor begins to touch your name, do not over-explain yourself as if your existence is an inconvenience. Do not enter rooms I have opened and start narrating why you might not belong there. Do not talk yourself out of your own seat. Some of you have a habit of filling silence with justification, answering questions no one asked, and trying to control how people perceive you by giving them every detail of your struggle. My child, that is not humility. That is fear wearing a polite mask. Let your yes be yes. Let your no be no. Let your words be clean and steady. When you are asked, answer with clarity. When you are not asked, rest. You do not have to prove you are worthy of what I have ordained. And do not apologize for the favor I place upon you. Do not shrink when you are recognized. Do not say, I'm sorry, when you mean, thank you. I am healing your mouth, because your mouth has been trained to soften good news so you do not trigger jealousy, to downplay your competence so you do not seem confident, to hide your gifts so you do not feel exposed. But I did not open this path so you could enter it ashamed. Receive what I give you with gratitude, and carry it with quiet honor. Gratitude keeps you human. Honor keeps you steady, and both will keep you from the trap of false humility that is really unbelief. Now listen closely, because this is a trap many fall into when the door cracks open. Impulsive quitting. My beloved, do not burn bridges because you are finally tired. Do not resign in a burst of emotion without counsel, without prayer, without wisdom, without a plan. I know you have been under pressure. I know you have been carrying weight that did not belong to you. I know you have wanted relief, but relief is not the same as direction. There is a time to leave, and there is a time to stay, and there is a way to transition that protects your future. I will lead you step by step, and I will not ask you to make a dramatic move just to prove you are brave. Obedience is not impulsive. Obedience is precise. Before you make a decision you cannot easily undo, come to me. Seek wise counsel. Ask questions. Count the cost. And if I say, wait, do not call it delay, call it protection. And hear me on this as well. Do not complain your way out of the culture I am placing you into. Do not let bitterness become your daily language. Complaining feels like honesty, but when it becomes a habit, it turns into poison. Poison in your spirit, poison in your relationships, poison in your reputation. I am not telling you to pretend things are perfect. I am telling you to steward your atmosphere. If something is wrong, speak with wisdom, not with venom. If you need to process with the right people in the right place, not with everyone who will listen. My child, I am elevating you, and elevation requires restraint. The door I am opening is not only about skill, it is about trust, and those who are trusted know how to carry pressure without spreading it. So I am giving you rhythms, beloved, not chains rhythms. You will protect the promise with structure that keeps you whole. Establish a weekly rest that you do not negotiate away. You have lived too long as if exhaustion is the price of being chosen. It is not. Rest is not laziness. Rest is alignment. One day, one portion of your week, you will step back and let your body remember that you are not a machine. You will worship. You will breathe. You will laugh. You will sleep. Because the door I am opening will have responsibility, and the only way to carry responsibility without losing your soul is to live from rest, not from panic. And establish daily planning, my child, simple, honest, and realistic. Do not wake up and let anxiety choose your priorities. Give me the first moments. Ask me, what is the next faithful thing? Write it down. Choose your top tasks. Make space for the unexpected. Do not pile your day until you feel righteous through busyness. You are not trying to impress me with overload. You are learning stewardship. And when you plan with me, you will stop scattering your strength and start concentrating it. Focus is a form of faith, and you will build feedback loops that keep you teachable. Some of you have been so wounded by criticism that you either harden or collapse when someone corrects you, but I am healing that. In the new door, you will ask for feedback without fear. You will say, tell me, what would make this stronger? You will say, what am I missing? You will say, how can I improve? Not because you are insecure, but because you are wise. The quickest learners are the safest carriers of promotion. And when correction comes, you will not make it an identity attack. You will receive what is true, release what is not, and keep moving. And I am placing mentorship around you. Do not reject it out of pride, and do not avoid it out of shame. Ask for guidance, receive counsel, learn the rules of the room, learn the unspoken expectations. Let someone who has carried what you are carrying help you carry it better. My beloved, I do not only open doors, I send helpers, and when you honor the helper, you honor my provision. Now let me speak to your posture, because posture will determine what you can sustain. Walk in humility, not smallness, humility. Humility is strength that does not need to announce itself. Humility listens deeply. Humility learns quickly. Humility does not enter trying to be the smartest person in the room. Humility enters ready to serve, ready to understand, ready to build. When you do not know, say, teach me. When you make a mistake, say, I will correct it. When someone else does well, celebrate them. Lift others as you advance. Do not climb by stepping on backs. I am not promoting you into isolation. I am promoting you into impact. And those who carry impact know how to honor people. So, I tell you plainly, my child, protect the promise. Protect it with boundaries that keep your peace. Protect it with rhythms that keep you stable. Protect it with words that carry life. Protect it with humility that keeps you teachable. The enemy could not stop me from opening the door, so he will try to lure you into undoing it from the inside through haste, through pride, through exhaustion, through a mouth that leaks poison, through fear that over-explains and apologizes for blessings. But I am making you aware so you can be free. And now, take this into your spirit and agree with me. I will not sabotage what God has arranged. I will walk through this door with wisdom. I will rest. I will plan. I will learn. I will listen. I will honor. I will serve. Yes, my beloved, this is how you keep what I give you. This is how you remain whole while you rise. And as you do, the door will not only open, it will hold. The path will not only appear, it will widen beneath your feet. Now, my beloved child, because you have agreed with me, because you have not turned away, because you have chosen wisdom over impulse and humility over fear, I am going to seal this word over you. I am not speaking a wish. I am speaking a covering. I, the Lord your God, seal over you the courage to step, the wisdom to choose, and the favor to be received. Not the kind of courage that is loud for a moment and quiet in the pressure, but the steady courage that shows up again tomorrow. Not the kind of wisdom that is only information, but the wisdom that knows when to speak, when to wait, when to move, and when to rest. And not a fragile favor that disappears when you make one mistake, but a favor that rests on you because I am the one who has gone ahead of you, prepared the room, and written your name into a season that is opening. And I declare to you, tenderly but firmly, old cycles are closing. The cycle of striving that made you believe you had to earn love with exhaustion closing. The cycle of delay that you interpreted as rejection closing. The cycle of self-doubt that sat beside you like a shadow during every application, every interview, every meeting, every quiet drive home closing. I am not simply improving your circumstances. I am breaking patterns. I am not merely giving you a new job title. I am giving you a new way to stand in who I made you to be. You will not carry the same inner weather into a new season and call it promotion. No, my child, I am healing the root while I open the door, so you can enter with your head lifted, your heart guarded in peace, and your hands ready for real responsibility. And now, I speak the new cycles into motion. The cycle of clarity is opening clarity in your decisions, clarity in your priorities, clarity in what is yours and what is not. The cycle of provision is opening, provision that meets needs, provision that pays debts with dignity, provision that funds growth without draining your soul. The cycle of impact is opening impact that is not performance, but purpose. Impact that is not vanity, but service. Impact that reaches people through the very gift you once tried to hide because you were tired of being overlooked. My beloved, you are not behind. You are not late. You are not disqualified. You are arriving at the appointed time with the exact training you needed. And what felt like slow progress was me building your foundation so your next season would not crush you. And I am releasing joy to you because I refuse to let you walk into answered prayer with a heart still clenched. I am restoring your ability to enjoy what I give you without guilt. I am teaching you how to smile without scanning the room for danger. I am teaching you how to receive a compliment without deflecting, how to receive a paycheck without panic, how to receive a new assignment without the old voice whispering, "You will fail." Hear me. Joy is not a distraction from purpose. Joy is strength for purpose, and the work I place in your hands will become worship again, not because every day will be easy, but because your spirit will be aligned. The assignment will not be an idol, and it will not be a prison. It will be an altar of obedience, an altar of excellence, an altar of love. And you will feel my pleasure in the ordinary tasks, in the emails, in the meetings, in the problem solving, in the building, in the serving, because I am with you there. And I will even redeem the places you feared: teams, managers, co-workers, clients, rooms where you once felt small. I am forming for you families of purpose, not perfect people, but aligned connections, people who sharpen you, people who respect you, people who recognize what I placed in you, people who teach you what you do not know without crushing what you do know. You will not have to manipulate your way into belonging. You will not have to perform pain to earn compassion. You will find, in surprising places, honor. And where honor is missing, I will give you the wisdom to navigate, the courage to speak, and the discernment to know what to carry and what to release. My child, I am not sending you into rooms unprotected. I am surrounding you with my presence, and I am ordering your steps with precision. So now, receive this final blessing, and do not rush through it. I bless your mind with focus. I bless your heart with peace. I bless your mouth with clean words, words that do not curse your future, words that do not agree with fear, words that do not minimize what I am doing. I bless your hands with skill and consistency. I bless your calendar with order. I bless your sleep with rest. I bless your relationships with favor and wisdom. I bless your interviews, your pitches, your reviews, your negotiations, your projects, your transitions. I bless the unseen conversations happening about you even now. I bless the decisions being drafted in rooms you have not entered. I bless the yes that is forming. I bless the door that is already unlocked. And I bless your next obedient step, the simple step, the practical step, the step you can take in the next 24 hours, because when you put your foot where I tell you, the ground will meet you. The path will hold you. The sea will part in front of obedience, not in front of anxiety. And I say it again so it reaches the places in you that still tremble. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. Heaven walks this path with you. When you feel alone at your desk, I am there. When you feel nervous before you press send, I am there. When you sit in the waiting room, when you log into the call, when you step into the building, when you introduce yourself, when you answer the question, my spirit will steady you. And if a day comes when you do not feel strong, do not panic. Strength is not your savior. I am. You will take the step anyway, and you will find that my grace meets you like solid ground. Now, my beloved child, do not let this end as a moment that moved you but did not change you. If this confirmed what I am doing in your career, share this with a colleague who needs hope. Subscribe to Journey with us as doors open, because I will continue to speak, continue to guide, continue to confirm. And when your next step unlocks, when the email comes, when the call schedules, when the offer arrives, when the contract signs, when the breakthrough happens in seed form, leave your testimony below. Mark it, name it. Let others see that I still open impossible paths. And we will celebrate with you, and we will keep praying, and we will keep agreeing, because you are not walking alone. I have seen your diligence. I have healed your identity. I have instructed your steps. And now I seal the path before you into provision and purpose. So go, my child, and walk through the door I have arranged.